Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Siren Frost, and as you all know, we're continuing on with our deck profile weekly video for our two-parter. And in this video, we'll be doing Baromagnes. Now, first of all, I just want to say I was very effing happy that I got this deck back, and it was amazing to just have Baromagnes in my life, in my back of my arms again. Never gonna bring it ever again to the hot springs. Never gonna do it ever again. Nope. But yeah, but in this video we're gonna be trying doing more of a budget series. Basically means we're gonna be trying to I know some cards in here are gonna be a little bit more expensive probably, but this deck right here, just for a budget itself, it's not gonna be a problem. Now if I did a full, literally a full deck of the cards, including the luxury ones, that deck's probably gonna be skyrocketing up to at least 70 bucks or 50 bucks or so. Maybe that's probably a good choice, depending on the meta itself. But we're gonna try something a little bit more or less. Oh shit. But anyways, let's start with the video. Of course, we're gonna be doing Uncanny Burning. Deep Soniker. This card will actually help you out getting your soul charge faster. You know, get a good head start on it. Electro Spartan. And then finally we have Master of Gravity Baromagnes for our main boss itself. Pretty much. Now I know there's some cards in here that I can say that they are cheap, because when I saw the deck itself, it wasn't as... some cards are very cheap, and some are not so. But it's the hollow versions that usually can watch out for, so that's what you just need to watch out for. The hell? Sorry. Again, another pause. My problem. For the main deck, for trigger lineup, of course, we'll be using the same one I used for Sarah Snow. So 3 draws, 4 heals, and 8 crits, and an over trigger. This deck doesn't really require too much fronts, personally. The fronts are just in there normally as an option tool, just so that you can get a 20k value, but you know, even those cards are a little bit more pricey than I thought, because hell, I bought like a few of them damn things, and I'm about to do it again because of kiosks and the next start deck that has the new Dark State Right line. God forbid. Oh well. But anyways, we got 4 copies of Scara Mal-Nigal for our triggers or heals. Rouse, Wildmaster, Riley for draws and the shield value, of course. And then we have Flinty Slasher for Diabolos girls, MaiMai. This is kind of like going back to my very first video when I first did the video on Bruce, but except with a few more adjustments to it. And of course we have Olbaria. So that's just how it looks. What the hell? Okay, Power Rangers, you really kind of lost me on that one. And yes, I'm watching Watch Mojo's top 10 cringiest Power Ranger scenes, so don't judge me on that. For grade 1s, we're using a support card for Baromagnes, Freeze Breeze, and it's one of my personal favorite cards. Why I chose her is because when the attack this unit boosts, it hits. If your Vanguard is Baromagnes, you soul charge 1, and if your soul has 10 or more cards, counterblast 1 and draw 2 cards. So that's why soul charging is pretty much an essential for this deck. And then for 4 copies of Steam Battler Gungnram. Gungnram's in there for when he's placed, you soul charge a free card. And then the other card is, our effect is, you active 1 turn. Soul blast 3 cards and you draw a card. But do we all want to do that? I don't think so. He's just in there for the extra soul charging. And then we have 4 copies of Psychic Prima Miranda. Just for your typical complete guards. Pretty much. So yeah, that is why I chose them. There was another card that I know is a very good luxurious one, but that one's like 25 bucks each. So I'm like, do we all want to afford like 100 bucks for a whole playset of those things? I don't think so. Even though he's really good, he's like, no. For grade 2s, we're playing only A grade 2s in this deck, and I chose Loodely. Loodely is a Baromagnes card. When this unit is placed on rearguard, if your Vanguard's Baromagnes, counterblast 1. Choose any number of normal units from your soul, and this unit gets 5,000 power in the end turn for each card chosen. Return all the chosen cards to your deck and shuffle it. So that way you can use them again, which is not a bad thing, not a bad combo to go with it. And then finally, we're using 4 copies of Selfish Engraver. So yeah, Baromagnes pretty much has all ladies as back pocket, pretty much. And so what she's more good at is when this unit attack hits, you soul charge 1. At the end of battle of this unit attack, if your soul has 10 more cards, put this in your soul and counter charge 1. So everything all comes down to your 10 card level limit on your soul. There's no limit on the soul, but what the amount of effects you need depends if you have 10 more cards. So that's why these cards are an essential, but she replenishes your deck. This is a good or bad situation, but I'm using it mainly for Baromagnes' flavor. For grade 3, we're playing three Baromagneses, of course. For the Persona Bright ability, 4 copies of Arubate Haze Rupture. I played her in the deck before, and I think she does amazingly well. I may want to cut her out for something new, but we'll see what happens. But the reason why I chose her, because she's also a Baromagnes card. If your Vanguard Baromagnes, put a card from your hand into your soul, and all your front row units gets 5,000 power in the end turn. If your soul contains 10 or more cards, they get 10,000 instead of 5,000. So she just gives them an extra boost. Like, that's pretty much all it for the more pressure late games, which is not a bad thing to think about. Alright, and then finally for our grade 3s, we're playing 3 copies of Supernatural Extraction. So 3 of the order cards like this one. I chose this one specifically for Baromagnes' flavor, but it says here, play with a Counterblast 1 and Scara card from your hand. Soul charge 3 cards, then if your soul contains 10 or more cards, choose a card from your soul and you may put it into your hand. So again, more soul charging what this deck can do. But keep in mind also that you don't want to deck out too early. That's just one thing you gotta watch out for, pretty much. But other than that, you're actually playing a deck that it's meant to be played for run around Baromagnes. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say, guys. So again, I'm very happy I have this deck back in my life again. It was a sad day when I heard it got stolen, and it was pretty bad. But now it's back in my life again. And yeah, it's nice to use it to reconfigure it into more of a budget-friendly version. And again, I'll let you guys know if how much the deck will cost. Because I'm not 100% sure, because I usually forget to do the pricing sometimes. But hey, you know what? We all gotta start from somewhere. But I will leave it in the description box down below. and along with the pricing on each card, market price and low price. So the low price will be on the left side, while the market price is going to be on the right side. Fair enough. And yeah, that is the deck list and the decks for this week's deck profile videos for two-parters. Deck profile weekly. And yeah, I've been your host, Siren Frost. You guys stay safe, make good choices, and if you guys do like the content I do create on this channel, please subscribe to my channel. And no, I don't have Patreon, so don't ask me for Patreon. Comment down below, thumbs up for this video. Let me know what your thoughts are about this deck, what your thoughts are. I'm open for thoughts. You know, it's not a bad thing to think about. And if you guys want to make a request about what deck I want to try to make for next week's video, I'm more than happy to look at that too. So anyways, you guys, I've been your host, Siren Frost, signing out.